Good day. This is meteorologist Matthew Nuss at the Fleetweather Ocean Routing Center in New York. Today is the 15th of July at 3 GMT, and we're going to be discussing the tropical low located across the northeastern Arabian Sea. Currently looking at a satellite imagery courtesy of Ventisky. You can see that the monsoonal low has just entered the northeastern Arabian Sea off the coast of northwestern India, and a majority of the squall and convection activity is on the southwest and southern quadrants at this time, typical of a monsoonal low, which this can be classified as due to its broad circulation center and its embedding in the southwest monsoon located across the Arabian Sea. Now, just playing a quick satellite loop of the last 24 hours, courtesy of EUMETSAT, you can see that the system slowly moved off the coast and has now just started to get some flaring convection over the circulation center itself, located approximately here on the satellite imagery. And again, this is showing the majority of the squall activities on the southern side, and the convection over the circulation center is flaring at this time, has not persisted for much more than a few hours, indicating quite a bit of disorganization of the system at this time. This is the latest scatterometer data over the system from about 6 hours ago. ASCAT showing again kind of the center itself more elongated and broad at this time, almost kind of trough-like here. Do see some northeasterlies developing, but the strongest conditions are, as we said, in the southern semicircle at this time, associated with the circulation center and the associated southwest monsoon. So again, not very good organization at this time in terms of tropical development, but still some good gale force and even stronger gusts in the southwesterlies south of the system at this time. Now checking out the wind shear over the system, courtesy of SIMS. Currently, the system is in a favorable area of very low wind shear, 5 to 10 knots, easterly wind shear. However, over the next day or two, the system is going to be entering an area of moderate and then high wind shear as it enters the central and western portions of the Arabian Sea, 20 to 30 knots. So that will inhibit any further development as a tropical entity within the next 36 to 48 hours or so as the system moves westward. RSMC New Delhi has issued their tropical outlook and is currently classifying it as a low chance of formation of a depression during the next 48 hours. So at this time, the government agency responsible for the Arabian Sea is not expecting development at this time, and the Joint Typhoon Warning Center is not issuing any advisories or outlooks on the system at this time either. Now to wrap things up, currently looking at the GFS model outlook for the system, and we'll go forward here in time. Again, seeing that the system does get a little bit more developed as far as the northeasterlies beginning to move westward and kind of become more of a broad circulation instead of a trough, as we saw in the ASCAT imagery. Here now looking at Sunday the 17th, so about 48 hours from now. Again, the system remains very broad and monsoonal in nature. And then after this time period, the GFS kind of has a decoupling with one center moving northeastward over Pakistan and the other center moving westward towards the Gulf of Oman, where the higher wind shear is. So again, we're not currently here at Fleetweather expecting significant development of this area tropically. However, vessels in the region, especially transiting from the Red Sea to India and vice versa, and from the Persian Gulf, towards India or eastern portions of the Indian Ocean, should take note that the southwest monsoonal conditions have spread quite far northeastward and now cover a majority of the central Arabian Sea, and this is expected to continue until this system dissipates by mid next week, and then the conditions will somewhat subside and become more localized to the eastern Gulf of Aden and off Socotra and the western Arabian Sea. So just something to keep an eye on. We'll continue to do that here at the Fleetweather Ocean Routing Center. Again, this has been Matt Nuss, and stay connected and safe.